We're back live at the Baltimore Civic Center. Period number 2 underway. And a whistle here. The Nighthawks are off in the way they have been. We'll get that. I think we're going to take a game or two on this road trip coming up. Back in the groove here. All right, puck dropped. And Big Dave Nichols will wheel right back for the Nighthawks. Here he comes and over the line. Nichols now with a puck. Finally had a poke checked off his stick by Chris Dahlquist. And it rolls back to the New Haven blue line. Here's Steve Duchesne. For New Haven. Up ice to Brennan. Look out. The Treadway over the line. Treadway to Nichols in the slot. Here comes Nichols closing in a shot. Hit the goal post and bounced away. Now Treadway back at the right point. Duchesne moving in, winding up his shot. Partially deflected there. But it finally ended up in the glove of Brian Ford. And he'll hang on.
That is.
Dahlman and Perlini for the face-off to the left of Brian Ford. Puck dropped and Perlini will bring it back to defenseman Mike Rowe. There's the rookie from the Toronto Marlboros swinging up ice now at center, but the Nighthawks have got it. Saarinen now swings it over to Tom Price. And out of Dahlman across the Baltimore line. Marty Dahlman dropping it off the left point, but Heath couldn't hold it in. It comes out at center to Perlini. Left wing to Risling over the line. Here's Risling down the left side. He'll chase it in deep in Nighthawks territory. I'll fire the puck to the right wing corner. Perlini's after the puck there, along with Risling, but it's steered to the near corner, and Tom Price has got it there. His head man pass on the money, Marty Dahlman. Left wing to Heath, but that's broken up to the line, not out. Here comes Dahlman coming in down the left side. Rose got him tied up. Now with a puck. Back in the far corner, Gordy Walker behind the goal to Dahlman. Dahlman now pumps it in front, but it right on the stick of Dean DeFazio. Here's Dino, left wing to Risling. Over the line, but an offside call. A two-line pass here against the Skipjacks. And I don't know.
It's Jarvis on St. Catharines.
Well, that is true, but again, the Jacks played very well up in there the last trip, losing a pair to Rochester by scores of 4-3, and then losing an overtime game to the Saints in a game which Baltimore had the lead, 4-1 at one point. All right, the Jacks now with pressure in the New Haven end. In the left wing corner, here's O'Regan to Simpson. He's tied up by the veteran, Mike Rogers. Now Simpson digs it out in the left wing corner. Here's Simpson in the slot. He's got some room, a backhander, and he just missed the net. Great chance there by Dave Simpson. And finally, the Nighthawks are going to fire it back to center. Racing for the puck, Paul Gay in down the left side, but he overskates the puck. And Dahlquist going to pump the puck accidentally up into the stands. And we're going to get a face-off. He's going to be up with the Sabres, too. Darren Prupa down now from the Buffalo Sabres to Rochester. And I know he's been playing well, but I'll take him anytime over Kluche. Jacks break back now. Colin Chin, left side to Ralston. Has Getsos in front, but he can't get on the puck. Ralston fires one wide of the goal. And New Haven now regains possession. Dan Brennan on the left wing. Will cross the red line and flip it on in. Right wing corner, Skipjacks in. Chin going back to get it here. We've got an icing call coming up against the Nighthawks. Hershey Bears as well, and he's an outstanding goaltender. I know a lot of National Hockey League clubs would like to have him. We get a face-off here in Nighthawks territory with Baltimore leading it 2-1.
In the American Hockey League.
I don't know. I have no guesses. Al Arbor.
Mike Nikoluk.
How about that? Former coach of the Hershey Bears and Toronto Maple Leafs. Here come the Nighthawks now. Back into Skipjacks territory. Here's a chance in front. It was just tipped wide there by Steve Duchesne. Here's Hotham going back to get the puck deep in his own end. Greg Hotham now swinging over to Wally Weir at center. Weir past to Chin, left side to Ralston, trying to get it back to Chin, but that was broken up by Duchesne. And it's taken down the neutral zone by Chin. Trying to backhand it in, can't do it. Picked up by Hammond, and he'll fire it in wide of the Baltimore goal. Ford setting it up there for Ralston. Up on the left side, just out of the reach of Chin's. Going to roll deep in the Nighthawks' end. And Healy will stop it, set it up for Tom Price. On the right side of Nichols, he bumps with Wally Weir. Loose now in the neutral zone. Who's got it? Marty Dahlman for New Haven. He falls down, but covering up Randy Heath. Heath now with a puck over the line of Nichols down the left wing, moving in shot, and Weir got a stick on that to flex up over the glass into the games, and he looks to be the policeman for New Haven, but he certainly has shown us a little bit tonight. He can do something with that puck.
Sounds a little bit like Val James.
I think Nichols a little better than Val. All right, here come the Jacks up ice. Here's Lamoureux going to fire it in right wing corner, New Haven end. Belanger racing after it. He gets tangled up with one of the Nighthawks, and now New Haven will break back. On the right side with a puck now. It's out of the reach of Walker. Back at the Jacks blue line. Belanger will gather it in there. Trying to clear. Puck brought in offside here against the Nighthawks. 15:28 left in period number 2. And Baltimore with the lead 2-1. You're listening to Skipjacks Hockey on AM 1230 WITH. Tim Donnelly back live at the Baltimore Civic Center. Jacks have the puck now in the New Haven end. Here's Lamoureux now in the near corner. Here's Lamoureux. Center point. McDonnell open. Now the left point to Rissling. He tried to clear it in back behind the goal. Now Belanger with the puck. In behind to Lamoureux. Here's Mitz side of the goal to Belanger in front. And it was just tipped off his stick at the last moment. And the Nighthawks going to fire it down ice and ice it here. Dahlquist back to touch. Icing called. And the way they're going, certainly not the last. Here's Simpson now in the slot trying to get a shot away. But finally Rogers knocked him off the puck. Simpson going back to get it down. The left wing corner. Here is Loney in the left wing boards trying to hold it in. Finally, Lofthouse will grab it and fire it back to center. Lofthouse is on right now, so apparently he was just shaken up, but not shaken up enough to keep him out of the lineup. Paul Gay now with a steal at center ice. Over the line. Gay feeding Rogers down the slot, but it was poke checked off his stick at the last moment. On the line, not out. Now Rogers upended now, top of the right wing circle, no penalty. Baltimore comes back. Here's Loney with the puck. Over the line to O'Regan. Back for Loney, closing in down the left side of his shot. Kicked out by Healy. Behind the net now with the puck, Simpson. Spinning away from Rogers. Rogers now tying up Simpson. He tried to center. Can't do it. They stack it up now. Now Simpson side of the goal. At the right point to Gertz. Slap shot. That's kicked out. Now Burke at the left point. His drive right on. Healy will stop it. Rebound. O'Regan fanned on it side of the goal. What a chance there by Tommy O, but he fanned on it side of the net. He had a gift wrap goal there, Jim, but didn't pick up the package.
It was a bouncing puck. Can't blame him completely.
All right, Burke now got to backhand it in the New Haven territory. Baltimore changing up on the fly with the lead 2-1. And Lofthouse now in the neutral zone. Here's Mark Lofthouse wristing it in the left wing corner of Baltimore territory. Greg Hotham will go back to get it here. Hotham now, left wing to Ralston. Hanging off the wood at center. Chin with the puck and over the line. Here comes Colin Chin. Give and go. Chin side of the goal. Going behind the net, but Duchesne ties him up. Chin, good move. Centers one, but Nichols knocks it away. It's clear to the line, not out. Chin backhanding it in, deep in the Nighthawks' hand. Here's Hammond now on the right wing boards to Brennan. Nighthawks trying to move it out. Finally, they'll just blast it back into Baltimore territory. But the Skipjacks right now, the ones applying the pressure, trying to increase their 2-1 lead. At center, Chin now will leave it for Ralston. Steps over the line. Here's Raleigh moving down the slot. He's upended there. And no penalty call. The Nighthawks take the puck away. 3-on-2. Now 3-on-3. Brennan trying to set him in front for Treadway, but he's tied up. And Baltimore will fire it on out. Chin is knocked down at the Jacks' blue line. Puck goes into Nighthawks territory in the near corner. Ralston trying to get it away from Hammond. Now Gatso steals in the slot. His wrist shot is wide of the goal. May have been deflected there on the way to the net. Picked up by Treadway. And they'll start back for the Nighthawks at center. Treadway now just going to backhand it in. Side of the Baltimore goal. Nighthawks changing on the fly. Ford will clear it up at center, but out of the reach of Ralston. That line needs to come off here. And Raleigh finally going off. Here comes the new line. Heath coming in down the left side. His shot. Ford comes out to cut down the angle to make the stop. Tim Donnelly back with you live at the Baltimore Civic Center. Loose puck in the neutral zone. Who's got it for Baltimore? Look out, the Nighthawks steal it away down the left side. 3-on-1. Heath. Here he comes in front, and he's sent the pass behind two of his own players. Moria was set up there in the slot, but he couldn't get the puck. It's back in the neutral zone now. They battle for it there. Taken away by Perlini. Left wing feed on the one into Rissling. Steps over the line. Rissling now is slap shot from the left wing circle. And Tom Price got a stick on that. It deflects up into the stands. And we're going to one-minded penalty, and that is it. That was to Ken Hammond in period one. Other than that, these two teams are skating and playing cleanly thus far. Puck drop. Baltimore keeping it in now in the New Haven end. Behind the goal. Simpson after, but Samuelson checking him. And now finally Lofthouse to the line and outside the line. Back to center. Simpson knocked it down there. All right, the Jacks now with the puck on their own end. Gertz trying to get it out. Can't do it. Rogers steals on the left wing circle. Here's Rogers now on the far boards in the slot. Lofthouse moving in. Couldn't get the backhander away. Loney had him tied up. Lofthouse spinning away from Simpson. Trying to pump it out in front. He does so, but it ends up in the glove. Brian Ford, and he'll hang on for the faceoff. And we'll drop it down the Skipjacks in. Baltimore's leading scorers coming into tonight. Tom Ralston, 10 goals, 15 assists, 25 points. He has added to that total thus far with his 11th goal of the season. Gatsos, 19 goals, 4 assists, 23 points. His second. Colin Chin, the rookie, 7 goals, 15 assists, 22 points, and he has an assist tonight, so he's now got 24. I'll make that 23 points. And Steve Carlson, not dressing tonight, is 4th. 5 goals, 14 assists, 19 points. Puck drop back into the New Haven end. And the veteran Jim Weimer up ice to Samuelson. He is a big, tall giant, that Samuelson. And he'll steer the puck now back into the Skipjacks end. Look out. Here's a steal by Mike Rogers. Rogers now in the slot to Gay. Gay a backhander knocked down by the Baltimore defense. Hotham blocks that. Now it's back into that point. Weimer a shot. And Ford sticks that aside. Knocks it down with a blocker. Down the far corner, Lofthouse with a puck. Lofthouse to Gay, top of the circle. Gay tied up there by Greg Hotham. Nighthawks holding it in now. Rogers top of the circle, moving in a shot. And he fired it wide of the net. There was Gay looking for the tip inside of the goal. Here's Wally Weir now with a puck. He gave it right to Rogers, now to Gay. Finally, O'Regan will just get it out to center, finally. And back to the Nighthawks blue line. Jacks quickly changing on the fly here. Quickly, here comes Samuelson. His long slap shot from center is gloved mask high there by Brian Ford, but we have... We are back live at the Baltimore Civic Center. A hockey night in Baltimore tonight. We have approached the midway point of period 2. Jacks cling to their 2-1 lead. Here's Ralston now in the far corner for the Skipjacks. Ralston now, side of the goal, cutting in. Now backhands one toward the net, but it's behind Chin. And New Haven now with a puck. Dan Brennan at the red line. Going to wrist it on in. Back behind the Jacks net. Here's Brian Ford to steer up the right wing boards. Treadway intercepts. Now Duchesne trying to hold it in, but Chin will dig it out. Here comes Colin Chin, 2-on-2 with Gatso. Steps over the line. Chin back for Gatso, side of the goal, a shot, save, rebound. And Healy stopping Gatso's twice there, side of the net. Now Ralston tied up from behind. In behind his net, Gatso's in there trying to get the puck. Lamoureux in the slot, left point Dahlquist, closing in, shot, saved by Healy. And Lamoureux couldn't get to the rebound, but here comes Dahlquist now in deep. He centers one, but it's knocked away by the Nighthawks. Duchesne upended, penalty upcoming here against the Skipjacks. About that. The penalty, Steve Gatsos, 2 minutes for tripping at 11:30 of period number 2. Power play for New Haven. And the Nighthawks on the power play. They have 32 power play goals and 154 opportunities, 21% efficiency. And of course, Baltimore penalty killing, 78% efficiency. Here come the Nighthawks now in a Baltimore territory. The right point to Weimer. Center point Samuelson. Moving in the wrist shot. Right there is Brian Ford to glove it. Low to the ice, and he'll hang on for the faceoff. 1:38 left on the penalty to Steve Gatsos. Skipjacks over the lead now, 2-1. 8:08 to go here in period 2. A win tonight for Baltimore will push their unbeaten streak to 3 games and their winning streak to 2 games. By Dahlman and O'Regan for the faceoff. Tom O'Regan, Troy Loney, penalty killers for the Skipjacks, along with Wally Weir and Greg Hotham. And off the faceoff, O'Regan leaves that puck for Wally Weir in the circle, and he'll get it down ice. Back deep in the Nighthawks' end. All right, here is Gordy Walker now, deep in his own end. Nighthawks trying to come out. Baltimore forechecking well here. Nighthawks having trouble getting that puck out of their own end. Samuelson now. Hitting it up ice, out of the reach of Dahlman. Going to roll deep in the Baltimore end. Here's Brian Ford. Lagat getting tangled up with Hotham there. Hotham finally clears the puck up to the left wing side, and now finally out to center. All right, back at his own blue line now is Samuelson for the Nighthawks. Still a minute 54 seconds left on the power play. Here's Hotham now at his own blue line. Will just blast it back into New Haven ice. 47 seconds to go on the penalty to Steve Gatsos. Here is Ralston hawking Weimer in behind his own goal. Now wrestling after the puck along with Nighthawks defenseman Saarinen. Finally New Haven up ice with the puck. Paul Gay tried to feed Rogers in over the line. Puck goes right to Mike Rowe. Getting it out to Ralston. Here come the Jacks, 2-on-2. Ralston and Risling. Raleigh steps over the line. His wrist shot from 50 feet out. Stick to side there by Healy. And Risling's going to bat it in deep down the Nighthawks' hand. And here's Mike Rogers now with a puck. 12 seconds left on the Baltimore penalty. Look out, pass over the line, out of the reach of Paul Gay. It'll go on goal, to the line, not out. Here is Saarinen holding it in. Behind the goal to Paul Gay. Gay with the puck now. Look out, trying to stuff it in front. Here comes Gatsos back on. Puck still in the Baltimore end. Rogers now with a disc. Trying to get the puck at the point, but Gatsos checked him. It's now out to center. So the Jacks penalty killers have done the job here. Here's a right wing feed into the Baltimore zone for Lofthouse and on the right wing boards. He's checked there by Rissling. Rogers after the puck along with Lamoureux. They fight for it. Mitch finally digs it out. Here's a pass up ice. Mike Rowe to Rissling, but it's batted up into the air. Taken by Lamoureux down the left side. Mitch coming in. Gatsos in the slot. Lamoureux to Gatsos. Here he comes, a backhander. And that's stopped in front by Healy. We got a penalty coming up here. Here's Gatsos' side of the goal. Trying to get the puck in the net, but finally it's gathered in by the Nighthawks. And we've got a penalty coming up here. Tim Donnelly back with you at the Civic Center. Baltimore in the power play. Far boards, here's DeFazio with the puck. DeFazio back at the right point to Hotham. Slap shot toward the net. Blocked in front like that. Loose puck. Steered away there by Healy. Here's DeFazio on the left wing corner. Also after the puck, Belanger. It's gathered into the line, not out. Bork holding it in. He'll fire it back behind the goal. Back after it there, Lamoureux. Along with Ken Hammond. Lamoureux beats Hammond to the puck. It's back at the right point to Greg Hotham. Hotham now, the left point to Bork. Center point Hotham. Circle to Lamoureux. A shot. Healy will stick that aside. Now DeFazio trying to hold it in. Checked by Hammond. They stack it up now in the right wing corner. Belanger's in there now. Now Hammond with a puck between his knees. It's poked out of the right point to Hotham. Left point to Phil Bork. Winding up the shot. It's tipped right on, and Healy with a great stop there. Look out. Penalty upcoming here against the Nighthawks again. No, it's against New Haven. Or it's against Baltimore, I beg your pardon. As finally the Jacks touch up. Most of it's been down at the end where Mr. Glenn Healy tending goal for New Haven. Ida Regan facing it off here with Gordy Walker in the right wing circle. And will win that face-off. Back behind his net to the rookie, Chris Dahlquist. And now slides the puck over to McDonnell. To Loney at center. Loney over the line to O'Regan. O'Regan trying to get around Duchesne, but couldn't do it. Lost the puck. It's back deep now on the New Haven end, and Duchesne will take over. Gave the puck right to O'Regan. Here's O'Regan now in the left wing circle. In front, there's a chance for McDonnell. He's cutting in down the right side, but he couldn't get wood on the puck. It's back to center. Now Heath will take over. Here comes Heath. Can't get around Dahlquist, and he slams the Nighthawk forward of the ice. And O'Regan's got the puck. Out to McDonnell at center ice. McDowell wheeling offensively, trying to feed it right side of Dahlquist. And it'll roll by him into the New Haven end. On the far boards, puck taken away now by New Haven. They've got the power play. Price is back on. Here is Saarinen now with the puck at the red line, spinning away from O'Regan. As the Nighthawks now go to work on the power play, a minute to go on the penalty to Dean DeFazio. Here's Saarinen now. Lost the puck. Here comes Ralston. He'll take over down the right wing and shot. Didn't get good one on it and broke his stick in the process, and Healy had no trouble stopping that. Here comes New Haven now. Rogers, look out over the line to Walker, cutting into the left side. Walker moving in. Can't get a shot away. Hotham tied him up from behind. Now in the far corner, Hotham and Rogers collide. Rogers gets that puck to Walker in the left wing corner. He'll steer it now to the right wing corner. Heath with a puck. Takes a hit there from Wally Weir. Weir holds him. And finally Baltimore grabs the puck, and they're going to fire it down ice. And Healy will set it up for Weimer at center ice. Here's Jim Weimer now, carrying it into the Skipjack zone. At the center point, here's Jim Weimer now, holding it up. Wally Weir trying to clear that crease out of there. Now Gay, back to Weimer, center point. His blast, stick to side by Ford. Loose puck goes right to Colin Chin. Chin with the puck at center. Chin now hawked by Paul Gay. He'll skate a few strides and finally backhanded in deep in the New Haven end. All right, DeFazio back on. We're back at equal strength. 2:30 left, period number 2. Baltimore with the lead 2-1. Here is Weimer now at his own line to Samuelson. Swinging up now to Rogers. Over the line to Gay. Gay for Rogers. Closing in. Shot. No! He gets inside of the net and hit the side of the goal. Boy, the Nighthawks have just missed a couple of times there. Out at center, Perlini. Over the line to Rissling. Playing the defense. To DeFazio. His drive, and he fired it high and wide of the goal. Dino with a blast there. Now look out, pass on the right wing, over the line. Here is Moria, and look out, we got a penalty coming up here against the Skipjacks. Moria spun around there by default. All right, we were going to take a break there, but apparently we're still back here at the Civic Center. 1:59 to go in period number 2. And it's 2-1 now in favor of the Skipjacks. Still cling to that 2-1 lead, but a power play for New Haven. DeFazio off for holding at 18:01. All right, the left wing circle. Here's Dan Brennan to Saarinen. His shot from the right point is wide of the goal, through traffic there. Actonel trying to keep Nichols out of that slot. They're battling away down there. Nighthawks with a puck at the point to Duchesne. Duchesne now with a shot blocked by Loney. And Choi will just grab the puck and fire it back into New Haven territory. Great duel in front. Dave Nichols of New Haven and Joe McDonnell of the Skipjacks. Nighthawks coming up ice now. Pass on the left wing to Brennan, who carried in now on the Skipjacks end. Here's Brennan now on the left wing boards. Trying to get one in the slot for Nichols. Dahlquist knocks the puck out of danger. Out to O'Regan. He'll bang it off the wood. Back into the Nighthawks end. 1:08 to go in the period, and the penalty to Dean DeFazio. New Haven now with a puck behind their own net. Saarinen now with the puck for the Nighthawks, slowly skating out of his own zone. Simo Saarinen trying to fire it in back to the Jacks line, but Hotham will rush back with Ralston. Hotham over the line, sliding it down the right side for Ralston. The wrist shot and the stop there by Healy. Good setup there. Greg Hotham and Tom Ralston coming back short-handed, but Healy made the stop. Now Lofthouse wheeling back into the Skipjacks end. Left wing boards to Weimer. Weimer holding it up. Right point to Samuelson. His shot just missed the goal. Gay after the puck down on the left wing boards to Lofthouse. Lofthouse spinning away from Chin. Here's Lofthouse, top of the circle. Look out, the Rogers right wing circle. Back at the point to Samuelson. His shot wide of the goal. Lofthouse now with a puck. Look out, wheeling in, trying to get it over to Rogers. Poked back at the right point by Wally Weir. Now for that point to Weimer. Slap shot toward the net. Blocked in front. Ford will dive forward. He's got the puck and he'll hang on there. Now Paul Gay and Wally Weir getting the sticks up a little bit in front of the Skipjacks net. Final 7 seconds, and then they'll go to the locker room with a 1-goal lead. All right, puck drop to go behind the goal. Bork's got skating room, and he's going to go to the right wing corner. Samuelson holding it in, back behind the goal, but that's it. Buzzer sounding. And the second period comes to a close here. At the moment for Jacks coach Gene Ubriaco. And O'Regan will take this face-off with Mike Rogers, former New York Ranger and Hartford Whaler. Puck dropped, run away now in period number 3. As DeFazio now back out on the ice. We're back at equal strength. Here come the Nighthawks into the Skipjacks and Lofthouse spinning away from Weir, but New Haven's offside. We're going to face it off outside.
Outscored by 1 goal, so this is their best period.
And let's hope those statistics will hold true tonight. All right, the Skipjacks now will steer the puck back into the New Haven end. Weimer back to get it. Hit by Loney. And off the puck he goes. Now at that point, Wally Weir holding it in. Driving one toward the net from the left wing boards, but it's way wide of the goal. Simpson holding it in momentarily, but now it's kicked all the way down ice by Mike Rogers. And back to get it there is Greg Hotham. He touches. I think we're going to have a 2-line pass being called here against the Nighthawks. Opening moment necessary. There have been some occasions in the past where he has done that. I might add, I think Gene was extremely patient with the players during that streak, and I really think he showed his maturity there with being patient with them. I think there certainly always comes a time when you got to buckle down a little bit, but I think Gene really held his patience, and fortunately and hopefully that patience will be rewarded here if Baltimore can get something going. Puck back in the neutral zone now. Mike Rogers over to Paul Gay. He'll wrist it back to the Skipjacks blue line, but Hotham's got it. Up ice to Simpson. Gets around a check by Weimer. Over the line. Here's Simpson down the right side. Simpson now tried to center one for O'Regan, but it was a weak centering try, and Samuelson took it away. And it's back up ice on the stick of Wally Weir. To Simpson. Over the line now for O'Regan. Here's O'Regan. Has Simpson open. O'Regan now trying to get it back for Simpson, but Weimer stepped into that pass and broke it up. Now it's loose in the slot, taken away by Rogers, and he'll come back for the Nighthawks. Here's Mike Rogers now at center across the Baltimore blue line. Holds it up now for that point. Rogers will drive it down the slot, but Hotham knocks it away. And he'll feed Ralston up on the left side. Here comes Tommy Ralston over the line now, getting around Rogers. He spun around. We got a penalty coming up here to New Haven's Mike Rogers. He took down period number 3. Baltimore 0 for 2 in the power play thus far, trying to get on the board here with a power play goal. Puck drop. They control. Here's McDonnell now on the right wing boards. Center point to Bork. Bork now top of the left wing circle to Gatsos. Gatsos being hounded. He lost the puck. It's back to center. Duchesne putting the muscle there on Gatsos. Here comes Gats over the line. He's tripped up there. No penalty. And Duchesne's got the loose puck. Down the left side for Walker. Walker now getting around Bork. Walker in the left wing corner. And finally checked by Bork. He lost the puck. Now Walker getting it back. He'll try to tie it up now in the skipjack zone, but it's dug out by Chin. And now feeding it up ice is Ralston to Bork. Bork hustles in over the line. Here he comes. Top of the left wing circle. Going to clear it around the boards. There's Gatsos open. Gatsos trying to get it back behind the goal, but Duchesne steals it away. Here's Duchesne, hounded by Ralston. Gatsos takes it away. Here's Gatsos now on the near boards. Look out. Puck comes up the right wing side to Gordy Walker, and he'll tap it back to the Jacks blue line. All right, Phil Bork now in his own zone, streaming through center ice, over the line, down the left side. Has Ralston open. Here's Raleigh, a backhander. He shoots and scores. Tom Ralston put a great backhander through the pads of Glenn Healy. I don't think Healy was expecting that shot, and Raleigh just buried it behind him for Ralston, his second goal of the hockey game, and Baltimore has scored on the power. And Phil Bork with a good pass as well to set that play up. It's Ralston from Bork, a power play for Tommy, his 12th goal of the season, second goal of the game at 2:41 of period number 3, and the Jacks have the lead by a score of 3-1. All right, puck dropped, and it's into the Skipjacks end. Finally, Rissling will send it back to the New Haven line. And the Nighthawks now in need of a couple of goals here. Samuelson will clear it on into the Skipjacks end. Side of the goal, Brian Ford steers it up the near corner. Belanger with a puck. Can he get it out? He will. Up to Perlini at center. Here comes Perlini down the right wing. Into the zone. Perlini now give and go. Now goes behind the Nighthawks goal, trying to stuff the puck in front of Rissling. He was watched by Samuelson, and New Haven will come back. Pass on the right side of Nichols, but he's offside. Across the Jacks blue line here. We'll get a face-off. Doing it to the Nighthawks right now. From the face-off. It's gathered in by Tom Price, the defenseman. He'll clear it back into Baltimore ice. Here's Gatsos trying to work the puck out along the left wing boards. Finally able to tap it back to center. Ken Hammond will clear it right back in again. Off the right wing boards, picked up by Tom Ralston. Spinning away from Gordy Walker. It's to the line, not out. New Haven holding it in. Now it's back behind the net, and here's McDonnell with a puck. Out at center off the stick of Chin. It'll roll back to the New Haven line on the stick of Ken Hammond. Hammond now at center. Coughed it up. Chin tried to feed Ralston over the line. Couldn't do it. Now Dahlquist. Right side to Gatsos. His hard slap shot is deflected up over the crowd. Legs. The other one was Brian Ford. All right, puck drop now on the Nighthawks' end, and it's gathered in by defenseman Steve Duchesne. At the center circle now, he'll slap it in on goal. Ford will stick it aside. Loney after the loose puck now on the right wing boards, and he'll get it back behind his own net to Dahlquist. Now Dave Simpson has played a hustling game tonight. Look out, puck back at the point. Rogers a blast. That went off the shin pads of Troy Loney. Now the puck loose, side of the goal. Who's got it? It's Rowegan. Out at center ice now. Look out, 2-on-1 break for Baltimore. Loney and Simpson. Loney moving in, a shot, side of the net. And Healy stops that and covers up. Loney got tangled up just a bit as he went to maybe slide that puck over, but couldn't. Tim Donnelly and Jim Starr back with you at the Baltimore Civic Center. Face off to the left of Glenn Healy in the New Haven zone. Jacks have a 2-goal lead here as Mitch Lamoureux steps in. It'll take the face-off with Brock Treadway as Rogers was tossed out of the face-off circle. Lamoureux getting it back now at the right point to Bork. He'll whip it around the boards. Behind the goal, here's Belanger. Trying to stuff it in front. There's Rissling, but he fanned on it in the slot. There's a bouncing puck there, and Rissling couldn't get the number on it. And the puck back at center. Here come the Nighthawks now. Here's Treadway shooting it in, but Bork flags it down. Feeds it up ice to Rissling. Tried to send Lamoureux away, but couldn't do it. Now Nichols takes over, and he's off the puck. He's checked by Lamoureux, And the puck cleared back to the neutral zone. Lamoureux really throwing his weight around here in this third period. A long slap shot from center by Ken Hammond. Stopped easily by Brian Ford. And Mike Rowe with the puck. Baltimore will try to work it out. Here's Rowe. Can't get it out. New Haven holding it in. Now Treadway knocks down a check by Mike Rowe. And Hammond also checked. As the Jacks come back, here's Lamoureux closing in. Lamoureux shot saved there by Healy in front. Lamoureux back behind the goal to Risling, but Brennan steps in and clears that puck to the near corner. Alonje will send it right back. Now rolls to the left wing corner. Here's Risling now. Backhanding it back behind the goal to Lamoureux, but he's wrapped up by Samuelson. Now Bork cutting in deep down the right side. Here's Bork. Centers one. Lamoureux got a stick on it, deflected it wide of the goal. Nichols in the far corner to the line, not out. At the left point to Rowe. Firing it back behind the goal. Lamoureux's got it there. Here's Lamoureux to Bork at the point. His wrist shot right on. Healy will stop it. He'll dive on the rebound head first. And hang on there for the face-off.
You say Mitch Lamoureux pushing his weight around. It sounds funny because, as you know, Mitch is one of the...
No, he's not the tallest guy in the league. Off the face-off now. Here's Tom Ralston clearing it around the boards. Out the left point, Weir gambled, but didn't keep it in, but finally Hotham covering up. Puck rolls under the Skipjacks and right rear boards. Now they're stacking it up back there. And the puck caught beneath Marty Dolman and Gordy Walker along with Chin and Wally Weir. They're going to whistle it down here and get a face-off in the right wing circle to the Skipjacks end. Baltimore with a pair of goals tonight from Tom Ralston, one by Fred Perlini. The lone goal for the Nighthawks has been scored by Jim Weimer. Baltimore defensively has played pretty well here, keeping the Nighthawks off the scoreboard. New Haven only had 14 shots through two periods. That's pretty good defense. Chin and Dolman for the face-off now to the left of Brian Ford in the Skipjacks end. Puck drop. Heath in the slot. Turns around the shot. That was blocked in front. Now it's loose in the circle. Nighthawks trying to get possession. Dolman now getting it back at the point. Here's a wrist shot. Ford will stick that out. Penalty upcoming here against Baltimore's Greg Hotham. Ralston now tying up that puck along the right wing boards, and we finally get a whistle. We are back live at the Baltimore Civic Center. The penalty against the Jacks, Greg Hotham off for interference at 6:41. New Haven now with a puck in their own end on the power play. Here's Steve Moria. Up ice to Nichols. He'll drop it off for Rogers. Over the line. Rogers drop pass to Nichols, moving in a shot. Saved by Brian Ford. Loose puck cleared out of there by Tom Ralston. Now top of the left wing circle. Here's Mike Rogers with a puck. At the left point to Moria. Now Nichols and Rowe really pushing and shoving in front of that net. In the slot, look out. Lofthouse open, trying to slide around. Ford robs him side of the net. Puck goes beneath Mike Rowe. And let's see, they tie it up here. We got a face-off coming up in Baltimore territory. Go.
New Haven is putting a lot of pressure on the Skipjacks net right now. And actually, Ford doesn't have it easy. Last couple saves he made because Baltimore is pushing the New Haven players right into the crease.
All right, penalty killers, Tom O'Regan, Wally Weir, and Joe McDonnell. All right, puck drop. It'll go behind the Baltimore goal. Weir chasing it. Rogers beats him to it. Weir goes back now in front of the net. Now it's back over that point to Jim Weimer. Weimer holding it up. Now the right wing circle to Samuelson. Center point to Weimer. Top of the right wing circle, Samuelson. He'll take the drive, and it's wide of the goal. Rebound, Cairns at the left point. Held in by Weimer. Right point to Samuelson in the slot to Lofthouse. He couldn't get the shot away. All right, back of the left point now to Weimer. Weimer now. Center point. Trying to get the puck over to Lofthouse. Can't do it. Lofthouse has it now, top of the left point. Down the slot, look out. Samuelson a drive. Right on. Ford juggles but hangs on. And we'll get a whistle here to face off on the Skipjacks end. Great defense there by the Skipjack. We shouldn't feel too bad. He's got Blue Cross and Blue Shield, I'm sure. Face off, top of the right wing circle now. Baltimore, 33 seconds left on the Nighthawks, two-man advantage. Here's Gordy Walker now with a puck. Trying to get it side of the goal, but it's poke checked away by the stick of Brian Ford. Now dug out by the Nighthawks. Here's Walker in the left wing circle. Look out, side of the goal. Heath cutting in, can't get a shot away. Heath trying to poke it in front. And the Nighthawks couldn't tip it in. Now in the far corner, here's Heath with a puck. 14 seconds left. Heath closing in, side of the net. Couldn't get it in. A big jam up now. Heath in the slot. The Dolman a shot. Now Heath gets it back. Shot, he scores. Well, the Nighthawks finally jamming home a power play goal.
I mentioned earlier about Baltimore pushing the New Haven players into the crease and around the net, not really shoving them out of the way, giving Ford a clear view of what's happening. And I think that might have been a situation there where a skipjack and a New Haven player were jostling in front of Ford, and he couldn't quite get over quick enough to block the puck.
And believe me, there were a lot of red and blue shirts around that net. Here comes Loney back, trying to beat Healy short-handed. His shot goes wide of the goal. Now in the far corner. Here's Ralston and Loney jamming up. New Haven still in the power play. Still 33 seconds left on the penalty to Mike Rowe. And finally we get a whistle now. They're going to tie it up in the Nighthawks' end. The scoring play for New Haven's second goal of the game, a power play. Randy Heath, his 8th goal of the season. Marty Dolman and Gordy Walker on the assist. And the time of the goal, 8:34 of period number 3. Each team now with a power play goal tonight, but the Jacks still have the lead, 3-2 from the face-off. Nighthawks have got it. At center here is Lofthouse. He'll shoot it on into the Skipjacks, and Hotham's got it. But the line not out. Weimer holding it in. Wait a minute here. Whistle. And what do we have? Western League. They got a lot of good scorers in that league, and Heath was one of them. All right, Baltimore wins the faceoff and punches the puck back outside the line. Now Rogers will bring it in. At the left point to Weimer. A shot. Ford will come out to knock it down, and he'll cover up very nicely on the rebound and hang on there for the faceoff. Jim Weimer let one fly there from 45 feet. Ford came out to cut down the angle, and he really did a good job of corralling that loose puck and smothering it there.
Most of the play here recently has been in the Baltimore zone. Skipjacks have yet to really get down in the New Haven end and be a scoring threat here in the last few minutes. You know, the Skipjacks, for the most part, do outshoot their opponents, and they're going to have to do that now to make the difference.
Well, 12 seconds left. They're going to be back at equal strength, something they haven't been now for about 3 minutes. Here's Paul Gay, right wing circle, a shot, save in front, rebound. Ralston will clear it to the line, not out. Weimer a blast, that would hit a man in front and deflected away. Now in the slot. Here's Paul Gay, turns around, fired one. Ford got the right pad on that at the last moment to knock it away. Now Weir up the far boards, back on his row, we're back at equal strength. Look out, here's Rogers trying to get in front of Gay, can't do it. Rogers trying to get it out there, Ralston trying to get it out, but it's kept in by Samuelson at the right point. Now right rear boards, Weir stacking it up there. Finally the players collide, puck caught beneath one of the Nighthawks down there. And that'll give us a face-off here. We are back live here at the Baltimore Civic Center. Jacks have the puck now on their own end and finally get it up ice to Roger Boulanger. Boulanger carries the mail at center. Long slap shot, missed the goal. High and wide, here's Risling to hold it in. Punching it back behind the net. Boulanger after it, he hits Cameron into the boards. Now Boulanger in the right wing corner after the puck, but Brennan steps in. Checked by Perlini. Perlini sliding in front for Risling, but Riz couldn't get the stick down. And New Haven will come back. Here's Hammond. Over the line is wrist shot, stopped by the blocker of Brian Ford. It caroms down to the near boards, and McDonnell gonna flip it back to center. New Haven now getting that power play goal. They're coming on a bit here as they fire the puck into the Baltimore end, but it's offside against New Haven. We're gonna face
980 to 929 in the third period. They've outshot them by 39. I mean outshot, not outscored.
I hope not. There are going to be some nets torn up with that statistic. All right, puck dropped. It's in the Baltimore end row. Couldn't get it out. And now Ralston will grab the puck at his own blue line. Here he comes. Ralston over the line. Trying to get around Samuelson. Cutting toward the goal. Centers one. Gatsos a shot right on, but there's Healy to knock it down. And he'll hang on for the face-off there.
Very pretty play. Both Skipjacks being hung on to.
Kind of change in goal here, Jim. You see Terry Kleisinger is in there, number 30, to replace Glenn Healy. So Kleisinger now in the hockey game for the Nighthawks. Puck now deep in the New Haven end. Loney will dig it out. Loney now getting it back at the point to Mike Rowe. His wrist shot toward the goal, and Kleisinger got a stick on that to knock it away. And now Rogers comes in. Gave the puck to Loney. But now it's stolen away there by the Nighthawks. Look out. Here they come with a 3-on-1 break. Over the line, here is Paul Gay. Gay closing in. A shot blocked there by Phil Burke. Gay will get it back. A shot in front. Goal was knocked off the moorings here. One of the Nighthawks shaken up in front. We got a whistle here as Burke is down. And I think that's Lofthouse also down in front. They almost got the tying goal there. And we got a big whistle here, and both trainers on the ice now. And so we're going to get a whistle here and a face-off coming up, I believe, in Baltimore territory. Moria will take the face-off with Colin Chin. Chin wins it. It's back behind the Jacks net. Weir steering it up the near boards. Gatso's trying to poke it out, and he will. Back to center. It's back now to New Haven blue line. Duchesne swinging over to Nichols. Now almost a steal by Ralston there as the Nighthawks trying to come back up ice, but back checking, Ralston took it away. Now up ice, here's Chin, but he couldn't control the pass in the neutral zone. And the Nighthawks have it. Here comes Moria. Left wing to Brennan. Brennan's wrist shot is just wide of the net. Now at the right point, here's Duchesne with a puck. Driving it toward the slot, knocked away there by Wally Weir. Nichols now with a puck. Here's Nichols, wristing it toward the goal, knocked down there by Hotham. And Gatsos will just steer it out the center. We're down to 7:58 left here, period number 3. And here come the Nighthawks up ice. Again, Hammond now will shoot it back into the Skipjacks' end. Brian Ford setting it up now behind his own goal to Wally Weir. Right wing to Gatsos. Gatsos out of his own end. And out to Chin, who'll just wrist it in, side of the goal. Kleisinger knocks it down. And he'll give it off to Randy Heath. Here's Risling checking Heath, and he'll fire it right back in deep into the New Haven end. DeFazio back to get it now. Here's Dino behind the net. Dino with a puck, pumps it out in front, but Risling couldn't get to it. Randy Heath now in his own zone, spinning away from Risling, trying to get some skating room, and now feeding it up ice to Hammond. Ken Hammond now at the red line. Going to fire it in down the left wing boards. And back to get it now, Chris Dahlquist. He can't come up with it. Now McDonnell will touch it. We have an icing call here. Back live at the Baltimore Civic Center. Jacks hold on to a 3-2 lead. Here comes Mike Rogers steaming up ice. Across the line, down the right wing, the shot, score, New Haven. They've tied it up now, 3 goals apiece. Mark Lofthouse on the right wing put a pretty shot into the net. It bounced out, but it was
6 minutes and 58 seconds left to play.
He shot it in, top of the right wing circle, and so now Baltimore's got to get some goals back here. A goal to get back in this one. Here come the Nighthawks right back. Lofthouse look out over the line, make that Weimer. But New Haven's offside at the Skipjacks blue line. And we're going to face it off now outside the New Haven line. Right back here to the Civic Center. And they'll face it off against the Maine Mariners on Friday night, December 27th. And a free hour of public skating after the game as well. So mark that date on your calendar. We hope you'll come on out and see some fire on ice hockey. Friday night, December 27th, when the Jacks will take on the Maine Mariners. The goal by New Haven to tie it up. Mark Lofthouse, his 12th of the season, from Mike Rogers and Jim Weimer at 13:02, and with 6:21 to go here in period 3. We look at a 3-3 tie.
Does anybody know where the New Haven goaltender is from? Kleisinger, Terry Kleisinger?
Kleisinger is a member of the New York Rangers organization. Spent a few games up with the Rangers, but then sent down to New Haven. His record 2-3 and a 4.96 goals against average coming in. Right now the Nighthawks have 3 goaltenders. Ron Scott is injured, so Kleisinger and Healy the goaltenders tonight. All right, puck sent into the New Haven end. Kleisinger now out of his net, steering it up the near boards. And on the stick of Steve Moria. Moria at the red line. Over the blue line is quick shot there. Is wide of the net. Risling trying to get it out. Can't do it. Wally Weir will. Out the center. But the Nighthawks come back in. Down the slot. Look outside of the goal. Moving in. There's a shot by Duchesne and a big save by Brian Ford there. Duchesne trying to give the Nighthawks the lead, but Ford had a better idea. He stopped him. Now the left wing corner, they jam up Perlini after the puck, trying to move it out. Here is Fred Perlini now with some skating room, breaks out of his own end. On the left wing to Risling. Risling now is tripped up there. They'll get the puck into the New Haven end. Here's Belanger chasing it in deep. Behind the goal, Belanger bumped off the puck. It's going to be fired around the horn, all the way back into the Skipjacks end. Back to get it now, Joe McDonnell. He touches. And we have it with 5:22 left in regulation. Ralston facing it off with Rogers, and the puck going behind the goal. Now in the right wing corner, Gatsos after, but Rogers beats him to it. Now out at center ice, here comes Weimer. Right wing to Walker across the Baltimore line. Here's Walker now with a puck. Head to the slot, trying to feed it in for Dolman, but he was tied up by Chin. Now Gatsos going to swing it behind the net. Chin now trying to move it out. Can't do it. Now Chin knocks down Heath along the right wing boards. McDonnell trying to muscle it out to Chin, and he'll finally just squirt it back to the Nighthawks blue line. All right, Jim Weimer's on it there. over the big defenseman Samuelson across the red line and flicking on into the skipjack zone. Back behind the net. Here is Phil Burke with a puck. Out the chin at center ice. And now to Ralston. Here he comes. He's got a chance. Ralston cutting around the defense. Ralston moving in, but Samuelson poked it off his stick at the last moment. Now Ralston trying to slide the puck in front, but there is Kleisinger. The puck at his feet, and he'll just turn around and grab it there. I think the only time we've been in overtime. 3 times, Baltimore, 0, 1, and 2. All right, puck dropped at the left point. Wally Weir holding it in, clearing it around the near boards. On the puck there is Gary Rissling. Rissling now in the slot to DeFazio. Turns around the wrister in front, missed the net. Lamoureux fan with a chance there too. Mitch has got the puck now. Here is Lamoureux on the near boards, trying to hold it in, can't do it. Hammond will grab the puck, trying to backhand it through, but it's out of the reach. Paul Gay, now Lamoureux's got it. Left wing, pass went beyond Rissling. He couldn't grab it there at the Nighthawks line, but he'll chase it in deep in the New Haven end. But New Haven touching up and beating Rissling to the puck, and that's going to be offside here. Gets set to face it off here in the left wing circle to Baltimore ice. O'Regan drawing it back behind his goal to Hotham, but on the far boards, can't get it out. Lofthouse holding it in the slot for Gay, but it's picked off by Hotham. And now up ice to O'Regan, 2-on-2 with Loney. O'Regan over the line now. Going to fire it behind the New Haven net, but Kleisinger's there. Now behind the goal, puck taken away and picked up by New Haven. Here's Duchesne, can't get it out. Simpson steals. In the slot, Simpson side of the goal. O'Regan going to come around, try to stuff it in front, can't do it. Weir cutting in down the left side. Look out, 3-on-1 break for the Nighthawks. They come back. Rogers with Lofthouse. Rogers coming in to Lofthouse in front, but the pass went beyond it. Close calls, both ends of the ice, puck back at center. Paul Gay now the neutral zone for New Haven with 3:17 to go. Left side to Rogers, over the line, back in front for Samuelson. He's tied up and can't get the shot away. Now look out, Samuelson tumbles into the net. The goal comes off the moorings. Here at the Baltimore Civic Center, 3:09 to go in regulation. The two teams tied up at 3 goals apiece. Puck dropped down the end. Look out, here comes Weimer in the slot, but good play there by Ralston. Knocked him off the puck. Now here's Colin Chan feeding it up ice to Ralston, but it's out of his reach. Samuelson now poke it back to the Baltimore line. It's right back into the Skipjacks end. Here comes Chan, but Moria ties him up. And let's see here. The puck caught beneath Colin Chan on the right rear board. Skipjacks end. All right, off the face-off, here is Dahlquist getting it out at center to Gatsos. One man to beat Samuelson. Gatsos over the line, trying to come in. He had O'Regan breaking in, but couldn't get him the puck. And now it's out to Dave Nichols. Nichols now, look out, good left wing feed on the one into Brennan. Brennan, drop pass for Nichols. Nichols getting around his man momentarily, but now Burke covers up and gets it out to center ice. 2:29 left in regulation. With the puck, Samuelson ahead to Moria. Had it taken away there by the Skipjacks. Gatsos now at center. Lost it. Weimer will break into the Skipjacks end. Trying to get left wing to Nichols. Nichols trying to drive it down the slot, but that's broken up. Now Nichols a shot side of the goal. And Ford stopped that. Nichols now turns around, goes behind the goal, but O'Regan ties him up. He loses possession. Gatsos now on the left wing boards, just going to loft it back to center. And the rookie Duchesne will take over now at the red line, clearing it in, knocked down at the blue line by Dahlquist. And now Gatsos will tap it into the Nighthawks end. Should get an offside call here, and we will as Hammond touches up.
15 assists, tied with Ralston in assists with 15. And overall, he's third in total points.
Puck dropped now on the Skipjacks end. Baltimore will clear it out. Here's a rink-wide feed for DeFazio, knocked down by Heath, and he is sandwiched there, but grabbing the puck, Gordy Walker, slap shot from the blue line. Ford got a piece on that to knock it away. At the right point, Duchesne holding it in, but Wally Weir knocks it down. Out at center ice, pass for DeFazio. Out of his reach, it's going to go wide of the goal, and Hammond will get it there. At the point, the Rissling, he fan on it there. And on the left wing boards, now Weir holding it in momentarily to Rissling. Rissling now in the slot, just out of the reach of Fred Perlini. And now New Haven will break up ice. Marty Dahlman now steps across the Baltimore line in the slot for Heath, but it's poke checked away. And a good play by Wally Weir. Now Perlini out at center ice. He'll cross the red line now and fire it in, right wing corner, New Haven end. 1:05 to go here in the third period. Puck out at center to McDonnell, and whished it right back into the Nighthawks' end. All right, back to get it now is Samuelson. He'll clear it outside the line to center. Picked up there by Burke. Here's Burke rushing down the right side for O'Regan. Oh, in the circle, had it puck checked off his stick by Samuelson. Samuelson now check. Simpson's got the puck. He'll get it back at the right point to McDonnell. Slap shot toward the goal. Stop in front, rebound. And there was Kleisinger to cover up on it in front. Simpson went for the loose puck. But Kleisinger just got there in time to pull in that rigger. All right, puck drop, loose in the circle to go behind the goal. Here's Loney to dig it out in the near corner. Loney tied up. Now here's Simpson digging it out at the right point to McDonnell. He'll hold it in, dropping it off behind the net. Now in the far corner, here's Brock Chedway, checked by O'Regan. Oh, trying to get that puck loose. Now Loney steps in there. They're finally going to get the whistle here, and we'll face it off again in the Nighthawks end with 20 seconds to go in regulation.
Skipjacks play a good game along the boards in forechecking. They play the boards well, they set up well, and they play the physical game well, forechecking. And they hadn't been doing that there the last couple rushes, but just now I saw them back in form. Hopefully they can finish out the 20 seconds in form.
All right, Chan's going to take this face-off here to the right of Terry Kleisinger, who is in relief of starting goaltender Glenn Healy. 3-3 is our score, 20 seconds to go in regulation. All right, moving in now, Chin and Dahlman for the draw in the New Haven zone. Chin getting it back. Here's McDonnell. The wrist shot is blocked in front, and Samuelson will steer the puck to center with 15 seconds left. All right, here is Bork trying to clear it back off the boards, but it's up into the stands. And we're going 3-game winless streak in overtime.
I'm sorry, they won all three in overtime?
Oh, lost one, tied two. So they haven't won, and so that gives them a 3-game winless streak.
Thank you.
Well, you and I thought we were going to get off early here tonight, but thanks to the Nighthawks, they're going to keep us here a little while. But I'll tell you, I don't mind staying overtime. We can come away with 2 points. Face-off outside the Jacks blue line here. O'Regan and Rogers for the face-off. As we wait for the players to line up properly. Puck drop. Rogers trying to bring it in. Now Loney with a puck. Going to steer it back to the New Haven line. That should do it here. 5 seconds left. Weimer now back in his own zone. Long slap shot. Ford will knock it down with 1 second to go. That's it. The period comes to a close, and we're heading for sudden death overtime here at the Baltimore Civic Center. Our score, Baltimore 3 and New Haven. Tom O'Regan, Dave Simpson, and Troy Loney up front for the Skipjacks. Mike Rogers the draw for the Nighthawks. Puck dropped, and O'Regan will win it. Back to defenseman Greg Hotham. Baltimore now in overtime with New Haven. And Hotham fires the puck in down to the Nighthawks end. It's steered back to center. Hotham now waits for his team to clear the zone and pumps it right back into the Nighthawks end. Kleisinger now stopping the puck. Behind the goal, O'Regan in there. Now Weimer will dig it out. Checked by Loney. Loney in front to O'Regan in front. He can't get the shot away. And now the Nighthawks with a puck at center. Here's Paul Gay down the left side. Tied up by Greg Hotham. They stack it up now along the left wing boards in the Skipjacks territory. And we finally get a whistle here. And Gene would like to get 101 tonight. Face off in the Baltimore end. Chin. And Dahlman. It comes to the left point. Hammond shot blocked in front. And now Ralston's got the loose puck for the Skipjacks. Tommy Ralston now behind his own goal. Will bring it out of his own end. Here comes Ralston now at center ice. At the red line. Raleigh over the line. Here he comes. Top of the circle. A weak backhander on goal. And Kleisinger's going to stop it there. And we're going to face off now in New Haven territory.
I'm going to have to congratulate Gene and send him a Hershey bar. You know, he was up last season playing with the Hershey Bears old-timers team against the Philadelphia Flyers old-timers, and he scored a goal. It was very impressive. Nice shot.
Well, Gene, a former Hershey Bear, of course. He had a good season there. Really, that season in the American League with Hershey is what probably propelled him into the National Hockey League once expansion hit there in the 67-68 season. Chin and Rogers for the face-off in the left wing circle of New Haven territory. And now somebody's been tossed out. I think it's Rogers. The linesman Rich Zerby tossing him out. And Colin Chin going to stay in there for the Skipjacks. And Marty Dahlman will come in. All right, puck drop loose in the left wing circle. It's gathered in now, back of the left point to Dahlquist. He'll fire it around the left wing boards. They're still after it there, still fighting for it. It comes out of the left point. Dahlquist, the shot. It was blocked there. Gatsos now in the slot, turning around, and his shot never got to the goal. Now Bork holding it in now at the point. His slap shot blocked in front. Look out, here comes Ken Hammond now with a puck. To Walker, over the line. Here's Walker, top of the circle, a shot, and he missed the goal. It'll Karam down to the near point. Dahlman now couldn't get a shot away, and it Karam's back to center. Here's Hammond now. Check. Now Chin over the line to Getsos. 2-on-1 with Ralston. Getsos to Ralston. It was just out of his reach. And he couldn't get the shot away. And the Nighthawks stream up ice. Here comes Dahlman. Fakes the slap shot over the line. Dahlman now, top of the right wing circle. He'll fire it in down the right wing boards. Here goes Heath behind the Jacks net. Heath trying to steer it in front. Knocked away there by Hotham. I think it hit the arm of referee Paul Stewart and went up into the stands. And the left wing circle of Skipjacks territory. Brock Treadway and Mitch Lamoureux for the draw. Mitch will win it back to defenseman Greg Hotham. Hotham now up to Gary Risling. Risling now to Belanche. Roger now will fire it on in down the left wing boards. Back to get it Lamoureux. And now he sends it up on the left side to Risling. But gathering it in now. Look out, there's a chance in front. But puck just out of the reach of Lamoureux. Puck held in by Wally Weir at the point. Now Hotham over the line to Risling. But he was checked by Nichols. Now here comes Brock Treadway trying to get into the Skipjacks ice. Can't do it. And the puck cleared right back to the New Haven blue line. Taken by Jim Weimer. And he'll wrist it in now to the Baltimore end off the stick of Treadway. Back to get it now, Wally Weir with 2:34 to go in sudden death overtime. To Belanche. And out of O'Regan. Here comes O. Over the line, down the right side. Here's O'Regan now. Look out, he's cutting in. Side of the goal. A shot loose in the goal mouth. And Kleisinger will cover up on it there. Risling and Belanche desperately trying to get in that goal mouth, but they were being held out. As O'Regan just neatly tossed it in front and was hoping for the best there, but Kleisinger didn't see that puck right away, but he found off the draw on the right wing circle. It's pulled out of there by Ken Hammond. And he's going to backhand it out to center, and now all the way into the Skipjacks and racing after it, McDonnell. He goes back to get it. He touches, and we have the icing call coming up against the Nighthawks. And we'll bring it back down to New Haven, the right of Kleisinger. Puck dropped. It goes behind the goal, and Kleisinger coming out of his cage. Steering it up the far board. Simpson holding it in. Back behind the goal. Now on the near boards. McDonnell cutting in deep. Can he hold it in? He cannot. It's back to center. Dahlman coming back. 2-on-3. Dahlman over the line. His shot blocked by Phil Bork. Bork now will go to the corner trying to get that puck out. Can't do it. Gay now. Behind his net. Checked by Simpson. And now Loney with the puck. 1:46 left in the sudden death overtime. Loney slowly starting out of his own net. Beating it down the right side for O'Regan, but it's out of his reach. And we're going to get icing here against the Skipjacks as Duchesne touches up. And icing called here against Baltimore, who's taking these important face-offs. He'll step in now with Colin Chin to the right of Brian Ford in the left wing circle of Skipjacks ice. Puck drop, but Chin will win it over to Greg Hotham now. In behind his own net. Hotham spinning away from Rogers. Now out at center ice, here comes the Hawk. With the puck over the line to Getsos. It just went out of his reach. Now Treadway flagging it down. Going to steer it in behind the net. Jim Weimer now with a puck. To the line. Kept in now. In the slot is Ralston trying to feed it up for Getsos. It comes to the right point. Turnaround shot by Hotham. And Kleisinger at the right pad on that. Now at the point to Weir. Can't hold it in. Now up ice. Here comes Treadway. On the right wing in the Skipjacks territory. But Weir pokes it away. Out to Ralston. 2-on-1. Ralston and Getsos. Here comes Ralston in the slot. A shot. And Kleisinger got a piece of that. And finally, here is Samuelson to clear it down ice. Under a minute to go now in sudden death. Bork in behind his own net now for the Skipjacks. Bill Bork slowly skating out of his own zone. Look out, gave the puck to Dahlman. Here's Dahlman now with a man in front, but wait a minute here, we got a whistle. And a good thing there. Dropped and will win it. Back to Phil Bork, 40 seconds to go. Baltimore down, trying to get that puck in the New Haven end. Now the Nighthawks steal at center ice, and with a puck, here comes Dahlman in the Skipjacks territory. Dahlman now, look out, man, open shot. Ford with a stop there, and Randy Heath in front. Oh, brother, what a stop there by Ford. Now the Nighthawks keep it in. There's a wrist shot right on from the slot. And that is stopped there by Brian Ford, and he'll hang on for the face-off with 21 seconds to go. And now a little action here in the Baltimore end. As Walker and Risling pushed one another as Walker got into it with Chris Dahlquist. What a stop there at the side of the goal, Jim. All right, Rogers to face it off here with O'Regan. He'll make that Tommy Ralston in the right wing circle to Baltimore ice. It's in the slot. Loftus is shot from the slot, and Ford knocks that down. And the puck cleared back to center with 15 seconds left. Now here's a chance for O'Regan. Tried to poke it into New Haven territory. Can't do it. Loftus will fire one in from center ice on goal. Ford knocks it down. Here comes Greg Hotham now. Checked by Rogers. 3 seconds left. Loftus check. That's it. Buzzer sounds. This game will end in a 3-3 overtime tie.